Namaste everyone. So today let us continue the chapter surface area and volumes. So in the last video we discussed about the formula regarding 2D figures and 3D figures. So with that knowledge let us continue the first exercise 13.1 with question number 1. So given two cubes each of volume 64 centimeter cube are joined end to end. You can see here this is one cube and this is another cube. Two cubes are joined at one edge. So end to end. Volume of each cube is given 64 centimeter cube. And we don't know the side of the cube. And he is asking find the surface area of the resulting cuboid. So when two cubes are fixed, the resulting figure will be a cuboid. So I need to find the surface area of cuboid. So he didn't mention that it is a lateral surface area or total surface area. So when he tells surface area, find the surface area, it is understood it is total surface area. Now for a total surface area of cuboid, we need length, breadth and height of a cuboid. So we don't know here length, breadth and height. So how to find? To find length, breadth and height, first let us find the edge of a cube with the help of volume of cube. Now he has given volume of cube is 64 centimeter cube. So what is volume of cube formula? A cube, that is side cube. A cube equal to 64. A equals to cube root of 64. So A, that is side or edge of a cube is 4 centimeter. And what is the resulting figure you have here? Cuboid. So for that we need length, breadth and height. And if you observe here, so when you keep this figure horizontally, that length becomes 4 plus 4. You can see this is one edge of first cube and this is another edge of the second cube. So 4 plus 4, this becomes the length. But when you keep vertically, that becomes the height. So length is 4 plus 4, that is 8 centimeter. And what is this? This is the breadth of cuboid, that is 4 centimeter. And height of the cuboid is again 4 centimeter. So we got length 8, breadth 4 and height 4. So surface area of cuboid formula we discussed already, 2LB plus 2LH plus 2BH. Take 2 common. So we get 2 into LB plus LH plus BH. Substitute the value of L, B and H equals to 2 into L is 8 into B is 4 plus L is 8 into H is 4 plus B is 4 and H is 4. So multiply 8 4s are 32, 8 4s are 32, 4 4s are 60. So add all this, we get 80. 2 into 80 is 160 centimeter square. So in this way, with the help of edge of a cube, we could find the length, breadth and height of a cuboid, and then we got surface area of cuboid is 160 centimeter square. Now let me explain the next question, question number 2. So given a vessel is in the form of hollow hemisphere. You can see here hollow hemisphere mounted by a hollow cylinder. So there is a cylinder which is hollow and it is mounted on a hollow hemisphere. The diameter of the hemisphere is 14 centimeter. So diameter is from this edge to edge. He has given the diameter is 14 centimeter. And the total height of the vessel means from this top to this bottom, the total height of the vessel is given 13 centimeter. Find the inner surface area of the vessel. Means we have to find inner surface area. So concentrate here. When you see this combination, now you have a two 3D figure combination. One is hemisphere and the other is cylinder. And he is telling that both are hollow. That is hemisphere is hollow and cylinder is also hollow. And he is asking to find the area. So you have like when I take hemisphere you have LSA, TSA. When I take cylinder also you have LSA and also TSA. But here what area I should find? So for that let me show with one model. But it is not hollow. Imagine that it is hollow. Even if it is not hollow or it is hollow, inside or the outside surface area remains same. So if you see this, compare this, it's a cylinder with hemisphere at the bottom. So if I want to find the CSA of this, now here I am explaining the outer CSA, but in this question they are asking to find inner CSA. So what you can see from this block? You can see the CSA of the cylinder, and because it is hollow, we should not consider the circle. Imagine that you have a hollow cylinder and it is fixed at the bottom with a hollow hemisphere. So what you can see from your eyes, that only you have to consider for a area. So this part you can see, the outer part, that is CSA of cylinder, and also you can see the CSA of the hemisphere. So how to find the area of the vessel? By adding the CSA of hemisphere and the CSA of cylinder. So imagine that it is hollow, but this is solid is closed now, but he is telling the question it is a hollow cylinder. So when you peep inside, what you can see inside the vessel? You can see the CSA of the cylinder, and also you can look the CSA of this hemisphere also. So we get the area of this vessel by adding CSA of hemisphere and also CSA of cylinder. Now first recall the formula of CSA of hemisphere and CSA of cylinder. So what is CSA of hemisphere? 2 pi r square, and the CSA of cylinder is 2 pi RH. So for cylinder we need radius and height, and for hemisphere we need radius. Now let us calculate. Hemisphere diameter is given, that is 14 centimeter, and radius will be 7. And when you notice this vessel, the hemisphere radius and the cylinder radius both are same because they are mounted. Cylinder is mounted on a hemisphere exactly, therefore the radius remains same for both cylinder and hemisphere. Now coming to cylinder, what we need? We need radius and we need height. So radius is as usual, both radius are same, 7 centimeter. And he has given the total height of the vessel, that is 30. Now I want to find the height of the cylinder. So the total height minus, if you remove the radius of hemisphere, then we get the height of the cylinder. So height equal to 13 minus 7, that is 6 centimeter. So inner surface area of the vessel equals to CSA of hemisphere. Imagine the vessel inside the cylinder, only the CSA part you can see because bottom and top both are open. So the CSA of the hemisphere and the CSA of the cylinder. CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of cylinder equals to, what is CSA of hemisphere formula? 2 pi r square plus CSA of cylinder is 2 pi RH. So take 2 pi r common. So in the bracket we get r plus h. Now substitute 2 into pi is 22 by 7, radius is 7, and radius is 7 plus h is 6. So 7 and 7 gets cancelled, 22 into 2 is 44, 7 plus 6 is 13. So 44 into 13 is 572 centimeter square. The area of the complete vessel is 572 centimeter square. So concentrate whenever we come across with the area concept of the combination of 3D figures, you have to first look at the what he has given the block. Here he has given vessel, where which part of the vessel can be seen, that part you have to consider. That is CSA of hemisphere I can see, and also the CSA of cylinder also I can see. That's why you have to take this. Suppose if this is blocked, this base is blocked, you cannot look inside the CSA of hemisphere. Similarly, if it is a solid figure, like this, if I take a solid figure, the same question if I ask you to find the area of this block, what I have to take? CSA of cylinder, because I can see, from my eyes I can see this part, CSA of hemisphere and CSA of cylinder plus area of circle, because this also can be seen. This area of circle I am not taking here. Why? Because it is hollow. That is the difference of this block and this vessel. Now let us continue with the next question, question number 3. So read the question. A toy is in the form of a cone of radius 3.5 centimeter. So this is a toy which has a cone of radius 3.5 centimeter mounted on a hemisphere. This cone is mounted on a hemisphere of same radius. So radius of the cone and the radius of hemisphere are same. Next given, the total height of the toy is 15.5 centimeter. He is asking to find the total surface area of the toy. So when you compare this toy, let me show one block here. You can see this is a block which you can see exactly same. So you have a cone which is mounted on a hemisphere. Given cone radius and the hemisphere radius both are same. And total height from the tip of the cone to this edge of the hemisphere, he has given total height, that is 15.5 centimeter. Now, I should find the area of this block. I already told you, to find the area of any combination of the block, first you have to look at the what part of the block you can see from your eyes. So you can see, if you see this cone, cone have two faces. This is lateral part and this is the circle. But when it is mounted, this circular part cannot be seen from your eyes. So I am telling again and again, you have to consider the area of the blocks, whatever he has given in the question, where what part of the block you can see, that you have to consider. Now, I cannot take TSA of cone. Why? Because this circular part cannot be seen. So, only the lateral part of the cone can be seen. So, what is this part? We call it as CSA. CSA of cone. So, what is CSA of cone formula? Pi r L. Next, the hemisphere. Even this also you cannot see this part. The circular part of the hemisphere cannot be seen. So, we can see only the lateral part. This is this part, that is half of sphere. So, now totally, how to find the area of this block? Just recall CSA of the cone plus CSA of the hemisphere. That's all. Because I can see only the CSA part of the cone and only the CSA part of the hemisphere. Whichever area you can see, that will become the area of the given block. Very easy, very simple to understand. Now, for finding area, we need some variables like radius, height. So, for hemisphere, already radius is given 3.5 centimeter. And as you know, cone radius is also 3.5 given in the question. And to find the CSA of cone, what is CSA of cone formula? Pi r L. So, only we know the radius. So, we don't know L, we don't know H also. But I can find H by using the total height. So, total height is 15.5 and the height of this hemisphere is 3.5, nothing but radius. When you subtract total height minus the radius of the hemisphere, we get height of the cone. You can see here H equal to 15.5 minus 3.5, that is 12 centimeter. But we need to find L. Why we need to find L? Because we need to find the CSA of cone. What is CSA of cone? Pi r L. So H is not required. L we want. But to find L, we need H. So we found out now the value of H and we got R. Now you know the relationship between L, H and R. You can see the right angle triangle here. L square equal to H square plus R square. L is what? Slant height. H is perpendicular height and R is the radius. So L equal to square root of H square plus R square. So what is H value? 12 square, 3.5 square. 144 plus 12.25. After adding we get 156.25. And we have a square root. So go for long division method. So this is the long division method. Given 156.25 you have. From right hand side you arrange the period. From decimal. For decimal you have to arrange left to right. And for the number, that is an integral part, you have to arrange from right to left. This is from left to right and this is from right to left. Now here only one period is there, that is 25. And when we arrange from right to left, this is 56, one period, and there is only one is left. So for that you can add 0 at the back. So 0, 1 or 1 value is same. Now we go for long division. 1 ones are 1. 1 minus 1, 0. So this you already learned in class 8 how to find the square root of by long division method. 1 plus 1, add whatever you have taken, 1 ones are 1. The same 1 you have to add. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Now bring this 56 next period down. 56 you have. Now you have here 2. So go for a number such that if I take 21, here also you should take 1. 21 ones are 21. So it's very near, very small number. So you have to take a nearest number. So you can see 22 twos are. So always whatever number you have taken 2, the same number it should be repeated. So 22 2s are how much? 44. So if I take 23 3s are, it will be greater than 56. So 22 2s are 44. Subtract, we got 12. Now the integral part is finished. So put the point there. Now bring the decimal part down, 25. So we have 1 2 2 5. Again, what you have taken? 22 2s are. So quotient you have 2. So the quotient should be added here, plus 2. 22 plus 2 is 24. Now the last step of this division. So guess last number you have here 5. You know that 5 5s are 25. So you can guess it or you can multiply and check. 245 5s are, we get 1225. So with this remainder is 0. So hence we can conclude this is a perfect square. So if remainder is not 0, it is not a perfect square. You can stop up to 1 or 2 decimals. Now it is a perfect square. So what is the square root of 156.25? That is 12.5 centimeter. That is nothing but L. Now we have to find the area of this given toy. Now we found out the value of L by long division method with the help of L square equal to H square plus R square formula. That is 12.5 centimeter. Now we need to find the total area of this toy. So I already showed you, to find the total area of the toy, we have to see the part which you can see. That is the area which you can see that you have to consider. So in this toy, I can see the CSA of cone and I can see the CSA of hemisphere. So add both. Total area of the toy equal to CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of cone. CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square plus CSA of cone is pi r L. So don't substitute separately, try to take common, then your simplification will be very easy. So take pi r and pi r is common. So what is left out in the bracket? 2r plus L. So pi is what? 22 by 7 into radius is 3.5. Open the bracket. 2 into radius is 3.5 plus L is 12.5. Now 7 1s are 7 5s are 35, but you have 3.5 here. So 7 0.5s are 3.5. Now 22 into 0.5 if you multiply, we get 110. But the point after one decimal, so we get point here 11.0. Now 3.5 into 2 is 35 2s are 70. 35 2s are 70, but point is there 7.0, nothing but 7 plus 12.5. So 7 plus 12.5 is what? 19.5. So 11 into 19.5 is 214.5 centimeter square. So the area of the given toy is 214.5 centimeter square. Now let us continue with the question number 4. So this is the block. By seeing this block, you may not understand what is exactly. So let me read the question because it is a 3D figure. It is difficult to draw. So let me show the block. So given a cubical block of side 7 cm. So bottom what you have, it is cube which is of 7 cm side. Surmounted by a hemisphere. So on that cube there is a hemisphere which is mounted on that. And given what is the greatest, they asked one question, what is the greatest diameter the hemisphere can have? Find the surface area of the solid. So very simple they asked, but try to understand the block. See, just let me show this. So this is the block. You can compare the diagram with this block. So this is cubical block where hemisphere is mounted on a cube. And given the edge of the cube is what? 7 cm. So other than this we don't know anything. Now to find this block, just now I told for 3 questions, whichever part you can see, that you have to consider as an area. So let me discuss that later. First let me answer the question what is asking. Find the largest diameter that an hemisphere can have. So we don't know any information about hemisphere. But this hemisphere is mounted on the top of the cube. So I can tell that the edge of the cube and the diameter of the cube will be exactly same. So what is the largest diameter of the hemisphere? Nothing but side of the cube. Nothing but what is the side of the cube given? 7 cm. So this is one question. What he has asked? find the largest diameter of the hemisphere it can have when it mounted on a cube. So when you mount this hemisphere on a cube, so what is the largest diameter? Nothing but diameter of the hemisphere is equal to edge of the cube. That is, largest diameter of the hemisphere is nothing but side of the cube, 7 centimeter. Now we got cube details, that is side is given a 7 centimeter and diameter of the hemisphere is 7, therefore radius is 7 by 2. Now we can find out now hemisphere dimensions and the cube dimensions. We are ready with the dimensions. Now he is asking to find the surface area of this block. Concentrate, carefully listen. Whenever you have a block like this, before whatever we showed, the block were exactly imposed, super mounted on that. Means the base of the figure which is mounted and the bottom is exactly coincide. But for this block, you can see these corners, you can see this is not, means this is a circular part and this is a square part. So which cannot be coincide. So that's why this extra parts are left out. Now I should find the area. Just now I told how to find area, whichever part you can see. Now what you can see, this area of, this is one face of this cube and this is another face, this is another face, this is another. So how many faces you can see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 faces of the cube you can see very clearly. But the 6th face is incomplete. So 6th face you cannot see. Only you can see the corners of the 6th face. But this corner is neither a rectangle nor a square nor a circle, not any 2D figure. But how to find this corner's area? I should find the area because I can see this corner part. So try to understand, whichever you can see from your eyes, that you have to consider as a area. Now this part, you can see the hemispherical part I can see very clearly. So what you can add for this? CSA of hemisphere. And you can see the 5 faces of the cube. So you can add all 5 faces. But what about these corners? So for that sake, I am just taking, you can see, I am taking the total surface area of cube. So whichever it is bottom, means whichever it is base, now it is cube. So take the total part, total area of the cube and minus, total area means how many faces you get? 6 faces. So from the 6 faces, you subtract one circle. From the 6 faces, if you subtract one circle, then we get all the 5 faces and these 4 corners. So I will repeat this concept again. Take the total surface area of the cubical block minus area of this circle. Why I had to subtract area of circle? Because this circular part you cannot see. It is covered inside. So to get these corners, I have to subtract from this face. Okay. So for that, I should take the TSA of this cube. TSA of this cube minus area of circle, we get all 5 faces plus these corners. And which again, what you can see from this? You can see the hemispherical part, that is lateral part. So add CSA of hemisphere. So surface area of this solid is total surface area of the cube minus area of circle plus CSA of hemisphere. Try to understand. So why I subtract the area of circle? To get these corners. Not from 5 faces, you have to subtract from all the 6 faces, because 5 faces you can see very clearly and the 6th face is incomplete. So to get that corners, we are subtracting area of circle. So 6a square is a TSA of cube minus area of circle is pi r square plus CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. 6a square, 2 pi r square minus pi r square is what? 1 pi r square. So 6 into a is what? 7 into 7 plus pi is 22 by 7. Radius is 7 by 2 into 7 by 2. So cancel. We get 6 into 7 into 7 is 294 plus 38.5. Add this, we get 332.5 centimeter square is the area of this block. So this is little difficult. Whenever any 2 blocks are exactly surmounted, so there won't be a subtraction concept. When the base of the one 3D block and the base of the another 3D block are not same, then only you have to do this concept, that is the concept of subtraction. Concentrate, keep in mind, whenever they are not exactly superimposed. So when the top figure, whatever you have top figure is hemisphere. Suppose I have bottom figure also, like which is cylinder, then no concept of subtraction. But here you have a square and this is circle. So to get this corners we have subtracted. I hope everyone understood this concept. It is very important question which many of you cannot understand what is exactly the concept of area in this block. So this is surface area of this block is always whatever you have, whichever shape you have other than circular shape, whichever shape you have, take TSA of cube minus the area of one face plus the CSA of the 3D figure which is mounted on that base figure, that is bottom figure. So this is how you can find the area of the block. Now let us start question number 5. So almost when you observe the question number 4 and question number 5 are both same, but only difference is the hemisphere is mounted on a cube in the last 4th question, but here the hemisphere is depression, means the hemispherical depression is made in the cube. That is the difference. So let me read the question. A hemispherical depression is cut out from a cubical block given such that the diameter L of the hemisphere. So what is the diameter of hemisphere given? L is equal to the edge of the cube. So given already we studied in the last question only, the largest diameter of the hemisphere can have is nothing but equal to the side of the cube. So similarly here he himself he has given that the diameter and the edge of the cube both are same. So now he is asking to find the surface, determine the surface area of the remaining solid. So now I can't show this block now. Just imagine in the last question it was mounted on this, but in this question a depression is made in the cubical block. So when you observe, both the concepts are same. So area remains same whether it is mounted or depressed. That area concept remains same. But he has not given any value in this. For the last question, even if you remember this formula also, you can get the same answer. So for 4th question, just substitute the dimensions. Here L is nothing but what? Side. So you have in question number 4, whatever you have side, so that side you substitute here. 522 by 7 you calculate. The same answer we get in question number 4. So what I am trying to tell is, when a hemispherical block is mounted on a cubical block or a depression is made from a cubical block, both the concept remains same. So imagine that in the top there is a depression, hemispherical depression, but still you can see the corners. Like when I make this mounted on this block, the corners can be seen. Even if you take a depression of this hemispherical block from the cubical block, even then you can see the corners, that is extra part. The same thing whatever I did in question number 4, the same concept comes here, that is surface area of solid equal to TSA of this block minus area of circle. Why minus area of circle? You can see the circular hole here because it is depressed. So instead of here I cannot see the circle, but here also I cannot see the circle because it is depressed. So TSA of cube minus area of circle. Why? Because the circular, it is depressed in the block. That's why the circular part you have to subtract. Plus CSA of hemisphere. So when you look at that, when you look at the hemispherical depression, what part of the hemisphere you can see? Only the CSA part you can see because the top circle is removed. So CSA of hemisphere. So 6a square minus pi r square plus 2 pi r square. So I told the last question and this question, formula remains same. So 6a square plus pi r square, but here value is not given. So given the side is L and the radius is, diameter is L, so radius becomes L by 2. So we get the answer in terms of L only. So 6L square plus pi, r is L by 2 whole square, that is L square by 4. So when you take L square and L square common, L square into 6 plus pi by 4 square units. So I said, if you can remember, it's the same question if they are given for 1 mark, you cannot solve so lengthy solution. So for that, you can remember this formula, L square into 6 plus pi by 4 where L is the edge of the cube. Just if you substitute L value, then you will get the answer. You can try this formula for the previous question, question number 4, using this formula, and you can compare, answer remains same. So in this video I completed from question number 1 to question number 5 from exercise 13.1. I hope everyone understood whatever I had the blocks I could explain with this help of these blocks. So try to understand. You try at home with the different blocks. Arrange the blocks one upon the other. Mount it on one block and try to find the area practically. Then you can understand this concept very well. Thank you.